A friend of mine bought a second-hand chessboard, and we just discovered that it can be opened. We're really curious about the mechanics inside and what they're for. There was also a string hanging out of the board that seems to wind the piece on the left. The bottom of the board is just plain wood, no special markings. We also found a winding key in the box, but unfortunately, someone accidentally threw it away. It's all pretty mysterious, and we're eager to figure out how it works. Any idea what this is made for? It's quite bizarre. There are so many clock mechanisms in it. My guess is that it's a mechanical timer. From what I can see, you pull the string, the clock starts, and you get a certain amount of time to make a move before the large weighted spoon rises and strikes a chime on the lid. It's odd, though, because many of the gears appear to be in place, but don't actually move. The more I look at it, the more I think it doesn't really do anything at all. The spoon is hanging on a pendulum, but it's not being used as one. There are a lot of pieces that aren't doing anything. Maybe the person who made it had a bunch of old clock parts lying around and just threw them in there to add weight, or perhaps to balance out the parts that are actually in use.
I found this strange object in the yard, and it fits comfortably in the palm of my hand. At first glance, it seems to be made of silver, and what's even more interesting is that it can be unscrewed into smaller pieces. It feels solid and well built, though it definitely has the look of something old. The shape resembles a pipe, but there are no holes at either end, so it can't possibly be used for smoking. I tried using Google Lens to identify it, but that didn't help either. Now I'm really stumped. I can't seem to come up with the right keywords for a search, and I'm left wondering what this mysterious object could actually be. Any ideas? It appears to be either an Arabic Moroccan eyeliner or a Middle Eastern perfume oil vial. If it's eyeliner, you place the powder in the small bowl at the bottom and use the stick to apply it to your eyes. This type of eyeliner is known as kohl. Alternatively, it could be a perfume oil vial, where the stick functions as a dropper to apply the fragrance. A friend of mine found this strange object in her kitchen. It consists of chromed metal pieces that fit into a brown plastic handle. At first, we thought it might be for lifting canning jars, but after searching online, it didn't match any of the typical tools we found. Plus, it's really awkward to try to pick up a jar with this thing. What's even stranger is that it's hinged at the top, not in the middle like most lifting tools. Does anyone know what it is? It's a kitchen pot, dish, plate, bowl carrier. There's an odd apparatus at our neighborhood park that I've never quite understood. It's about 8 feet tall, made of metal, with 3 swing-like plastic seats that are chained to the ground and to each other. I've never seen any kids use it, which is strange because it's clearly designed for play. Most people around here think it's just another variation of the safe swings, but I'm not entirely convinced. This same park has a whole section with regular swings and a massive 12-foot slide, which is definitely not aimed at being particularly safe. So, what exactly is this thing supposed to be? They are mini hammocks designed for toddlers, acting as a fun climbing apparatus. Kids can climb on them, wobble around, and try hopping from one to the other. I found this metal object on a beach in Florida, and it looks like it could be an eye. It's about the size of a nickel, metallic in texture, with a center that resembles an eye. The center itself seems to be made of some sort of plastic, though I'm not entirely sure. The object was embedded in a shell, which made it even more intriguing. Any idea what it could be? It's a double-flared ear gauge. These can easily fall out during activities involving water, like swimming. I recently bought a pool table from someone, and along with it I got these strange items. The person told me they were part of some kind of game, though not related to pool, and he had no idea how to play, or even what it was called. The dice are actually half circles, and there's a large red cup, which I assume is for shaking them up. The numbers on the dice range from 1 to 16, But what's odd is that some of the numbers are written out as words. Other than that, I have no further information. What exactly is this game? This game is called Kelly Pool. Each player draws a number, and if the ball with your number is sunk, you're out. The last person remaining wins. If you're playing with 8 or fewer people, you pick 2 tokens. One represents your chosen ball, and the other determines your position in the playing order. For example, if you draw the number 16, it means you'll go last in the order. And the other token will be your ball, since there are only 15 balls, plus the white ball on the table. I found this cast iron horse in the attic of the house, and I'm really not sure what it is or what it was used for. At first, I thought it might be a buckle or perhaps a letter opener, but I'm not convinced. The center of the horse can pivot, though it doesn't move freely due to a pin in the middle. The only markings I found are on the back near the bottom, and they say 1875, though they're only visible in the right light. Any ideas what this could be? The curved end of the horse's tail and the edge of the insert suggest to me that it was designed for a strap to be threaded through it. It could be a latigo keeper, though those are typically just a slot. Alternatively, it might be another saddle part, where the 2 holes were used for rivets to attach it. The reason I think this is correct is that when I insert a leather belt, it only pulls in one direction and locks or cinches when trying to pull the other way. One day, I stumbled upon a strange decorative item, a double-headed bird, gilded, and possibly made from clay or resin. It was fairly heavy, weighing a little over 12 ounces, and both sides of it were intricately designed, making me think it was meant to stand up. However, I couldn't figure out how it was supposed to stand. It might be missing a piece, or perhaps it's the missing piece itself. What's odd is that there are no markings or labels that indicate who made it. The most interesting thing is that it's in perfect condition. No paint has chipped off, and the gold finish, with a faux patina, still looks pristine. Underneath the gold, there's a red color. The detailing on both sides is impressive, but I'm still unsure about its purpose. It doesn't seem to be something related to cooking or kitchen use, at least not that I can tell. What I noticed next was that it doesn't seem handmade. It appears to be made from a single solid piece with no seams, cuts, or splits. It feels solid, almost like pottery, but not cold to the touch. I keep wondering if it's made of clay or resin. It's heavy, but the material feels smooth and solid, not hollow. If it's supposed to be part of something like a cap or a handle, why isn't it hollow like those usually are? The most perplexing thing is that it doesn't look like it was meant to attach to anything. If it were supposed to spin or face forward, it would always be facing the right direction. But it doesn't seem to have been attached to anything, especially not in the middle of its neck where it would be balanced. The only option I have is to lay it on its side, but there doesn't seem to be any piece missing to prop it up. It doesn't seem like it was ever meant to lie flat. Any idea what it could be?